Welcome to the battlefield. You walk in for milk and eggs. 20 minutes later, you walk out with a frozen pizza, a scented candle you didn't need, and a vague sense of shame. This isn't an accident. You didn't just lose willpower, you lost a chess match against a supercomputer. The modern supermarket is a casino designed by behavioral psychologists to disconnect your brain from your wallet. They know exactly what colors make you hungry and what sounds make you spend more. We have exposed the 30 psychological tricks they use to force you to buy junk. Put down that family-size bag of chips. It is time to learn how you are being played. Fact 1. The scent trap. You walk through the automatic sliding doors, and the first thing that hits you isn't a price tag. It's the smell. Rotisserie chicken, freshly baked cinnamon rolls, warm sourdough bread. You might think, oh, how nice. They are baking fresh bread right now. Do not be naive. This is the scent trap. Supermarkets intentionally position their bakery and deli sections near the entrance, or they pump artificial food scents directly into the HVAC system. Why? Because your olfactory bulb, the part of your brain that processes smell, has a direct hotline to your limbic system, the primal emotional center responsible for memory and appetite. It completely bypasses your rational frontal cortex. Smelling food triggers a massive dopamine release. You literally become physically hungry within seconds. Research shows a shopper with a stimulated appetite spends nearly 20% more on impulse buys. They are drugging you with the smell of butter before you've even grabbed a basket. Fact 2. The oversized cart. Have you noticed that shopping carts in the US have doubled in size since the 1970s? They are becoming absolute massive SUVs of wire and plastic. This isn't for your convenience. It is a psychological hack known as the vacuous space effect. When you push a gigantic cart, tossing in a few items like milk and bread looks pathetic. The cart feels empty, and visually, it creates a sense of incompletion. Your subconscious mind hates a vacuum and feels a compulsion to fill that empty negative space. It makes you feel like you haven't provided enough for your family yet. Experiments have shown that when stores double the size of the cart, customers buy 40% more food. It's a subtle peer pressure from an inanimate object. If you are only going in for 5 items, never grab a cart. Carry a basket. When your arm starts to hurt from the weight, your brain will naturally tell you to stop spending money. Fact 3. The decompression zone. The first 10 to 15 feet inside a grocery store are what retail anthropologists call the decompression zone. This is usually where you see flowers, bright produce, or seasonal items. Notice that you rarely buy anything right here. That's because you are physically slowing down from parking lot speed to shopping speed. The store fills this area with bright colors and fresh imagery to wash away the stress of your day. If you entered the store angry, rushed, or thinking about your boss, you wouldn't spend money. The flowers aren't there to be sold. They actually have a massive waste rate. They are there to act as a visual Xanax. They signal to your brain that you are entering a place of abundance. By the time you pass the flowers, your heart rate has dropped, your guard is down, and you are ready to be manipulated by the rest of the store. Fact 4. The slow-tempo soundtrack. Listen closely the next time you are shopping. You will rarely hear high-energy techno or fast rock music. You will hear soft rock, slow jazz, or hits from the 1980s played at a very specific tempo, usually slower than the average human resting heart rate, around 60 beats per minute. This is not an artistic choice. It is auditory sedation. Studies have definitively proven that slow music causes people to physically move slower. You walk slower, you browse slower, and you linger in the aisles longer. In retail, time equals money. The longer you stay in the store, the more likely you are to see that bag of Oreos and think, why not? Conversely, fast music makes people rush and buy only what is on their list. They are literally controlling your walking speed with a Phil Collins playlist. Fact 5. The casino effect. Look around your local Safeway, Kroger, or Whole Foods. Try to find a window that looks outside, other than the front door. Try to find a clock on the wall. You won't. This is a technique borrowed directly from Las Vegas casinos. The goal is to separate you from the passage of time and the reality of the outside world. If you saw it getting dark outside, or if you saw a clock ticking, you might panic and realize you need to get home to cook dinner. By removing these temporal anchors, they induce a mild trance state. You drift through the aisles, disconnected from reality, focusing only on the colorful packages in front of you. In this timeless void, spending $200 on artisan cheese and crackers feels like a reasonable decision because the pain of reality has been suspended. Fact 6. The vegetable mist. In the produce section, you will often hear a sudden thundercrack sound followed by a hiss of water mist spraying over the lettuce and broccoli. It looks incredibly fresh, like dew on a spring morning. It makes the vegetables glisten under the bright lights. But ask yourself, does spraying water on vegetables actually keep them fresh? In fact, for many vegetables, excess moisture encourages rot and mold bacteria. So why do they do it? 2 reasons. First, the glossy shine makes the product look more appealing to your primate brain, which associates shine with hydration. Second, and more importantly, produce is sold by the pound. Water is heavy. By soaking the vegetables, they are adding water weight that you pay for at the checkout. You are literally paying $3.99 a pound for filtered tap water. Fact 7. The prison of essentials. This is the oldest trick in the book, yet it works every single time. Think about the 3 things people buy most often: milk, eggs, and bread. Now, where are they located? Always, without exception, in the deepest, darkest, furthest corner of the store. To get a gallon of milk, you are forced to walk past thousands of other products you didn't plan to buy. You have to navigate the canyon of chips and the valley of soda just to get your dairy. This forced pilgrimage increases your dwell time and exposes you to dozens of impulse triggers. If they put the milk at the front, you would be in and out in 3 minutes, and they would go bankrupt. They are holding the milk hostage to force you to take a tour of their museum of junk food. Fact 8. The anti-clockwise flow. Most major U.S. supermarkets are designed to make traffic flow in a counterclockwise direction. You enter on the right and circle towards the left. This seems random, but it is deeply calculated. Since approximately 90% of the population is right-handed, steering the cart with your left hand leaves your dominant right hand free to reach out and grab items from the shelves. If you moved clockwise, your dominant hand would be stuck holding the cart handle, or you'd have to reach across your body, creating a tiny amount of physical friction. By keeping your right hand close to the shelves, they remove that friction, making the act of grabbing a box of cookies feel seamless and automatic. It's ergonomic engineering for your wallet. Fact 9. The IKEA effect. Leo. While supermarkets aren't as aggressive as IKEA, they use a similar maze concept. They intentionally disrupt long sightlines with displays and islands. They want you to get slightly lost. They don't want you to see the checkout from the dairy aisle. Why? Because when you are looking for something, your eyes are scanning. The more you scan, the more products you process visually. Every product you see is a micro-temptation. By forcing you to weave through aisles rather than taking a straight path, they maximize the surface area of products that hit your retina. If you ever feel like you are walking in circles looking for the tomato sauce, it's not because you are stupid. It's because the store is hiding it to keep you in the maze. Fact 10. The Golden Triangle Rata architects design stores based on the Golden Triangle. The 3 points of the triangle are 1. The entrance, 2. The high-demand item, usually meat or dairy, and 3. The checkout. Their goal is to make this triangle as wide and vast as possible, covering the entire floor plan of the store. If the entrance is in the front right, the milk will be in the back left, and the checkout will be front left. This ensures that even the most disciplined shopper who only wants the basics must physically traverse the entire store. They are geographically manipulating you to cover ground. The more square footage you cover, the statistically higher your receipt total becomes. You are not shopping, you are running a gauntlet. Fact 11. Complementary clustering. You are walking down the aisle to buy some tortilla chips. Suddenly, right next to the chips, you see a jar of salsa, and next to that, a display of avocados, and next to that, a stack of imported beer. This is called cross-merchandising. The store is doing the thinking for you. You didn't plan on having a party, you just wanted a snack. But the store has visually suggested a consumption scenario. They have planted the idea of a fiesta in your brain. By placing complementary items together, they remove the friction of decision-making. You think, well, if I'm getting chips, I should get salsa. It feels like a logical completion of a set, but it's actually the store upselling you on a lifestyle you didn't ask for. Fact 12. The end cap trap. Look at the displays at the end of every aisle, facing the main walking paths. These are called end caps. To the average shopper, an item on an end cap looks like a special deal, a bargain, or a clearance item. Your brain assumes it's displayed prominently, so it must be on sale. This is almost never true. Brands like Coca-Cola, Frito-Lay, and Nabisco pay massive slotting fees to rent this prime real estate. The products on end caps are usually sold at full price. They are placed there simply because they are high traffic zones. You are buying them because they are visible, not because they are cheaper. You are falling for a billboard disguised as a shelf. Fact 13. Eye level is buy level. Next time you're in the cereal or pasta aisle, look at what is positioned exactly at your eye level, about 5 feet from the ground. These are the premium, major brand products with the highest profit margins for the store. Big companies pay extra to be in your direct line of sight. Now, look down. Look all the way to the bottom shelf near your ankles. That is where you will find the generic store brands, the bulk bags, and the healthier options that don't have massive marketing budgets. The store knows that American shoppers are lazy. We rarely look up, and we hate bending down. By putting the most expensive items right in front of your nose, they exploit your physical laziness to extract more money. Fact 14. The kid's eye level. Now, look at the cereal aisle again, but from the perspective of a 4-year-old sitting in a shopping cart. What do they see? The healthy, high-fiber bran flakes are way up high, out of their sight, but the colorful boxes with cartoon mascots, marshmallows, and buckets of sugar, they are positioned on the lower shelves, exactly at the eye level of a child. This is weaponized design. They are targeting your children to trigger the nag factor. The child sees the character, makes eye contact, and begins to beg. The store knows that a stressed parent will eventually crack and throw the box in the cart just to shut the kid up. They are using your children as unpaid sales agents. Fact 15. The touch effect. Stores often have dump bins or disorganized piles of products in the middle of aisles that encourage you to dig through them. Or they put soft items like plush toys or blankets within reach. This is because of the endowment effect. Psychological research shows that the moment you physically touch an object and hold it in your hand, your brain creates a sense of ownership. You value the item more simply because you are holding it. It becomes much harder emotionally to put it back on the shelf than it was to pick it up. Stores want you to interact with the merchandise because touching is the first step to buying. This is why they hate glass cases. Glass kills sales. Fact 16. The checkout gauntlet. You have finished your shopping. You have navigated the maze. You are tired. You are standing in line. This is where you face the checkout gauntlet. The narrow lane on either side of you is walled with candy bars, gum, single-serve sodas, and celebrity magazines. This is the most predatory part of the store. Why? Because of decision fatigue. You have just spent 45 minutes making hundreds of decisions. Which bread? Which eggs? Can I afford this? Your willpower muscle is completely exhausted. Your brain is craving glucose to refuel. And suddenly, right at your hand, is a Snickers bar. It's not about hunger, it's about a tired brain seeking a quick dopamine hit. This area accounts for billions of dollars in profit from people who didn't plan to buy a candy bar 5 minutes ago. Fact 17. The randomized remodel. Have you ever walked into your local grocery store and realized they moved the coffee aisle to the other side of the building? You feel annoyed. You think, why would they do this? It's so confusing. That is the point. If you know exactly where everything is, your shopping trip becomes efficient. You walk in, head down, grab your coffee, and leave. You are on autopilot. The store hates autopilot. By rearranging the aisles every year or so, they shatter your efficiency. They force you to look around again, to wander, and to scan the shelves to find your beans. In the process of looking for the coffee, you might find 3 other things you didn't know you wanted. They are monetizing your confusion. Fact 18. The power of 99. We all know this trick, yet it works on every single one of us. A price of $4.99 is technically $5. But your brain processes information from left to right. It sees the 4 first and encodes the price magnitude as $4 and change rather than $5. This is called the left digit effect. It creates a psychological illusion of a bargain. Research shows that reducing a price by just 1 cent, from $5 to $4.99, can increase sales by up to 24%. It's an insult to your intelligence, but because we scan prices so quickly, our brains take the lazy shortcut and accept the lie. Fact 19. Shrinkflation. This is the most insidious trend of the last decade. You grab your favorite bag of chips or box of cookies. The price is the same as it was last year, say $4.99. But wait, the bag feels lighter. You check the weight. It used to be 16 ounces. Now it's 13.5 ounces. This is shrinkflation. Instead of raising the price, which you would notice and get angry about, companies shrink the product size, which you are less likely to notice. They pump more air into the chip bag or make the dimple in the bottom of the peanut butter jar deeper. You are paying the same money for less food. It is legal robbery, relying on the fact that nobody remembers the net weight of a Doritos bag from 2019. Fact 20. The bulk illusion. You see a giant, economy-sized jug of laundry detergent or a massive block of cheese. You assume, well, it's bigger, so it must be cheaper per ounce. Stop. Check the math. Supermarkets know that shoppers assume bulk equals savings. Often, they will mark up the bulk items slightly because they know you won't pull out your calculator. Sometimes the medium size is actually the best value. Always, and I mean always, look at the unit price, the tiny number on the shelf tag that says price per ounce or price per pound. That is the only honest number in the store. Ignore the big sticker price. It is a lie. The unit price tells the truth. Fact 21. Multi-buy confusion. You see a sign, Gatorade, 10 for $10. Your brain thinks, wow, I need to buy 10 bottles to get the deal. So you load up your cart with 10 bottles of sugar water. But in 90% of cases, the price for 1 bottle is just $1 anyway. You didn't need to buy 10. The sign didn't explicitly say, must buy 10, but the phrasing suggested it. This leverages the anchoring effect. The number 10 anchors your brain to a high quantity, making a purchase of 1 or 2 feel inadequate. They tricked you into buying bulk storage for them without giving you a single cent in discount. Fact 22. The limit trick. You are walking down the soup aisle and see a sale sign, Campbell's Soup, $1.50 each, limit 5 per customer. Suddenly, your brain goes into panic mode. Limit 5? Why is there a limit? Is there a shortage? Is this deal so good they are losing money on it? You barely like soup, but you grab 5 cans because you don't want to miss out. This is artificial scarcity. By placing a limit, They imply the item is highly valuable and in high demand. In tests, shoppers bought twice as much product when a limit was posted compared to when there was no limit at all. They are playing on your FOMO, fear of missing out. Fact 23. Decoy pricing. You are looking at wine. You see a cheap bottle for $10 and a super premium bottle for $50. You don't want to be cheap, but $50 is too much. So you buy the $25 bottle in the middle. Congratulations, you just did exactly what they wanted. The $50 bottle is often a decoy. They don't actually expect to sell many of them. It is there to make the $25 bottle look like a reasonable, high-value compromise. Without the expensive anchor, the $25 bottle would look expensive. Next to the $50 bottle, it looks like a smart deal. They manage your perception of value by controlling the comparison points. Fact 24. Red sale tags. We have been conditioned, like Pavlov's dogs, to react to the color red. In retail, red means sale. Red means stop and look. Stores will frequently put bright red or yellow tags on products that say things like everyday low price or great value. These are not sale tags. The price has not dropped a single penny. But your peripheral vision catches the red flash, and your brain interrupts your walking pattern to check the deal. You scan the item and often toss it in the cart assuming it's a discount, simply because of the color of the sticker. Read the fine print. If it doesn't say, was $5, now $3, it's not a sale. It's just a red piece of paper. Fact 25. The health halo. You pick up a box of crackers. It screams gluten-free, natural, non-GMO, and fat-free. You feel good. You feel healthy. You throw it in the cart. This is the health halo effect. You are judging the book by its cover. In reality, fat-free usually means the fat was replaced with massive amounts of sugar and chemicals to maintain texture. Natural is a largely unregulated term in the US that means almost nothing legally. Gluten-free is great if you have celiac disease, but for everyone else, a gluten-free cookie is still a calorie-dense sugar bomb. These buzzwords are designed to alleviate your guilt, not to improve your health. You aren't buying nutrition, you are buying absolution. Fact 26. Artisanal branding. Look at the expensive pasta sauce or the fancy jam. It uses a handwritten font on the label. The paper looks like brown recycled craft paper. It mentions a family recipe or a specific farm. It looks like it was made by a sweet grandmother in a cottage in Tuscany. Spoiler alert, it was made in a 500,000 square foot industrial factory in New Jersey, on the same conveyor belt as the generic brand. This is faux artisanal marketing. They charge you a 40% premium for a font that evokes nostalgia and craftsmanship. You are paying extra for the vibe of homemade, not the reality of it. Fact 27. Family size guilt. The family size bag of chips implies a social contract. This is for a group of people. It justifies the purchase because it seems like a better value. However, food scientists engineer processed foods to bypass your satiety signals, the feeling of being full. They use the perfect ratio of salt, sugar, and fat to keep you eating. For a single person living alone, a family-size bag doesn't last a week. It often lasts one night. The large bag distorts your perception of a normal portion. You eat until the bag is empty, not until you are full. The bag size becomes the serving size. Fact 28. Loyalty cards. Do you think the grocery store gives you a club card or loyalty discount because they like you? No. That card is a tracking device. By scanning it, you are trading your privacy for a 50-cent discount on yogurt. They track everything. What you buy, what time you shop, how often you buy junk food versus healthy food. They build a profile of your household. If their algorithm notices you stopped buying diapers, they know your kid is potty trained. If you buy comfort food and wine, they know you might be stressed. They use this data to send you targeted coupons to trigger specific purchases exactly when you are most vulnerable. You are the product. Fact 29. The pre-cut lazy tax. You see a plastic container of pre-cut watermelon chunks or pre-sliced onions. It looks so convenient. But look at the price per pound. Pre-cut produce is often marked up by 300% or more compared to the whole fruit. You are paying a massive lazy tax for someone else to use a knife for 30 seconds. Furthermore, once fruit is cut, its surface area increases, making it oxidize faster and lose nutrients. It is also more prone to bacteria like salmonella. You are paying triple the price for a product that is less healthy, rots faster, and is covered in extra plastic waste. Buy a knife. Save your money. Fact 30. Decision fatigue. Why are there 50 different types of toothpaste? Why are there 40 types of pasta sauce? This isn't about freedom of choice. It's about causing decision paralysis. When the human brain is presented with too many options, it shuts down. We get anxious. We fear making the wrong choice. To relieve this anxiety, we stop comparing prices and ingredients, and we simply grab the brand we recognize from TV or the one with the brightest colors. The overwhelming variety prevents you from being a rational, math-doing consumer and turns you into an impulsive, brand-loyal zombie. The 3 secret strategies. Bonus. Secret 1. The perimeter rule. If you want to survive the supermarket trap, you need a map. In almost every grocery store layout, the real food, fresh produce, meat, fish, eggs, and dairy, is arranged along the outer walls, the perimeter of the store. This is because these items need refrigeration and stocking from the back. The middle aisles are the dead zone. This is where the processed, boxed, preserved junk food lives. Your strategy? Shop the edges. Do a lap around the perimeter. Only enter the middle aisles if you have a specific target, like a sniper. Get in, get the rice, and get out. Don't browse the middle. Nothing good happens in the middle. Bonus secret 2. The headphone hack. Remember the slow music designed to sedate you? You can block it. Wear noise-canceling headphones. Put on an upbeat podcast, fast-tempo music, or even silence. By controlling your auditory environment, you break the store's spell. You remain in your own headspace. You move at your own pace, not the pace they set for you. You become a mission-oriented agent rather than a wandering tourist. When you can't hear their manipulation, you can't be influenced by it. Bonus secret 3. The cash-only contract. It physically hurts to hand over a $20 bill. You feel the loss. But swiping a credit card feels like nothing. It is abstract and painless. This is known as the pain of paying. To stop impulse buying, leave your credit cards at home. Withdraw exactly $100 in cash, or whatever your budget is. Walk in with paper money. As you shop, you will physically feel the money dwindling. When the cash is gone, the shopping is over. It forces you to prioritize ruthlessly. You won't buy that scented candle if it means putting back the chicken for dinner. Conclusion. The supermarket is not your friend. It is not a community service. It is a highly sophisticated machine designed to extract maximum profit from your biological weaknesses. They exploit your hunger, your fatigue, your laziness, and your inability to do mental math. Next time you walk through those automatic doors, pause for a second. Put on your headphones. Grab a basket, not a cart. Stick to the perimeter. Check the unit price, not the sticker price. Don't be a lab rat running through their maze. Be a hunter, gathering resources. If you made it to the end of this video, you are now smarter than 99% of the zombies pushing carts out there. Prove it. Comment the words, "No junk," below. See you at the checkout.